guys, my name is Kim and welcome to my channel. I'll be doing a quick and easy keto meal prep for you guys today. It's also very affordable. I'm going to go ahead and make lunch for the next 2 days and also make steak for dinner for me and my best friend tonight. I'm going to go ahead with the seasoning. I'm going to make a homemade gravy because the store-bought things are way too high in carbs. So I'm going to start off with something that is not my favorite. I'm going to go ahead and add some extra virgin olive oil to my asparagus because I do believe that the extra virgin olive oil makes it cook a lot better, and also it helps my seasoning to stick. I'm gonna go ahead after that and add some garlic salt because garlic salt is amazing and it makes everything taste good, and I need it for asparagus because I'm not a fan of the taste of asparagus. Hopefully it grows on me. And I'm gonna go ahead with my favorite thing, and you're gonna see this throughout the video. It's a Caribbean spice. It's a blend of every single seasoning that you can think of, just blended into one container. So you have your garlic, you have your onion, you have every single seasoning in that one container. And whenever I use this seasoning, I don't use salt because it is a bit salty. So once I have that added to my meal, I never add salt, and I would definitely advise you guys to not use salt as well. And apparently I didn't use enough garlic salt initially, so I'm gonna go ahead and just sprinkle a little bit more of that on it. I'm gonna go ahead and mix everything in, make sure everything is evenly covered, and then I'm gonna put this in the oven for 10 minutes. I'm gonna keep an eye on it though because I'm not a fan of overcooked asparagus, so I like to check in on it every once in a while. But I'm gonna go ahead and add this for 10 minutes into the oven on 360. The second thing we have here is a steak that we're making for dinner tonight. I'm gonna go ahead with the garlic powder. I took way too much garlic powder out. I only need a third of a tablespoon of garlic powder, so I'm gonna add that back to the bag, and I'm gonna go in with the onion powder. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna sprinkle a third of a tablespoon of onion powder on the steak. I'm gonna sprinkle it all over, make sure everything is covered. And then after that, I'm going to go in with my favorite thing. I'm going to go in with the Caribbean spice. And we're going to sprinkle that all over as well. But, oh, okay. I guess I'm just going to throw it in there. I'm not going to measure this one. I'm just going to throw it in. But when you do measure it out, it comes up to about a tablespoon. But it's really good. And I'm going to also add a garlic salt once again. And it might seem like a lot of seasoning, but I'm going to be flipping it over and just using whatever is already in the container to make sure that both sides are covered and both sides are seasoned. I'm going to be massaging the meat with the seasoning. A majority of the seasoning literally ends up in the container when we're done. My friend loves her steak medium rare, and I like mine well done. So skillet's already on the stove with the melted butter. I'm gonna go ahead and cook hers the way she likes it and cook mine well done. I know the steak lovers hate me right now, but that's just how I like my steak. So after that, we're just gonna rub that in some more and make sure everything is covered and add that to our skillet. The third thing we have here is the salmon. Guys, I'm so upset. When I bought this, the salmon looked so much bigger than what it is. It's very flattened like after I took it out of the package, and I'm so disappointed. But it's okay. For now, I'll just know better than going there to get it once more. So the first thing I added was the onion powder. I added about a third of a tablespoon, and I'm also going to add a third of a tablespoon of garlic salt. Garlic salt, once again, love it. And I'm going to go ahead with my Caribbean flavor. I'm going to put this one in the lid because I don't want to get too carried away with it, because I do love the taste of salmon, and I don't want it to be overpowered by the seasonings. So after adding all my seasonings, I'm going to go ahead and use my hand and just rub it in. I'm going to keep the skin on the salmon because I like when the skin is a bit crispy. If it's not crispy, I can't eat it. So I'm just going to go ahead and make sure that both sides are covered just in case it comes out crispy and I can eat the skin. If it doesn't, I use my fork and I take the skin off. I didn't have enough garlic Caribbean season on one of the pieces, so I'm going to go ahead and add some more to that. Rub it in once again on both sides, make sure everything is covered. And I'm not too sure if I'm the only person that likes to do this, but once I have everything seasoned, I like to take the other end of the foil paper and I'm going to cover it over, just so for when I'm baking the salmon, I'm going to go ahead and make sure everything is sealed, close all the ends, and make sure that everything will steam and cook throughout. So I'm going to go ahead and cover all sides, leave it in the middle. And once it's done, I'm going to open the lid of the foil and let it broil for 5 minutes. Okay, and then this is one of my favorite things to make as a side. I love mashed cauliflower. So I'm going to go ahead. I already started boiling my water. And as a Jamaican person, I'm not too sure who else does this, but we like to salt our pot. So once we have boiling water, I'm going to add some Himalayan pink salt to it just to give the water a bit of flavor before I add my cauliflower. And once you boil your cauliflower, you want to make sure that your fork can, when you stick it with a fork, you want to make sure it slides off the fork. If it doesn't slide off the fork, it's not done being cooked yet. So once that's done, I'm going to take my potato masher and I'm going to go ahead and mash the cauliflower. My advice would be, don't be a bit gentle when you're mashing the cauliflower, because the cauliflower does get a bit watery and you want to avoid that. So you want to make sure that you're just being gentle with mashing it. And we're going to just leave it just like that. We're going to go ahead and add our butter. I don't know the exact measurement of the butter, and I'm so sorry guys, because I don't know why I always have the habit of mixing my stirring my pot with the knife. So I caught on and I end up getting a fork. So once I have the fork, I'm just gonna go through and just stir that a little bit more. I keep my stove on the lowest setting possible so that the butter can melt. And also my secret ingredient that you're about to see right now, I like to add cream cheese, herb, and garlic to my cauliflower mash, and I'm going to go ahead and add to your heart's content. I believe it's of everything I added, I calculated it to be 4 grams of carb. But just keep in mind that I won't be eating this in one sitting. It will be for dinner for both me and my friend tonight. And also I'll be taking some for lunch for Monday and Tuesday. So it won't be in one sitting. So I won't be eating all 4 carbs right in that setting. So once that's done, I'm going to go ahead and gently mix it in. And again, keep your stove on a low heat just so that everything can be melted properly. You don't want to have that clump of butter or a clump of cream cheese. That just sounds gross. So we're going to go ahead and mix that out. And apparently I love mixing because I'm still going. But we're going to mix that out and just making sure everything is melted and it looks like, I promise you guys, it looks like potatoes. And I was even saying to my best friend that in that moment while we're having it for dinner, I did not miss potatoes. Okay, so the next thing we have broccoli. We're going to go ahead and boil our broccoli, add a bit of pink Himalayan salt to it. We're just going to boil it until you can see that it's a bit tender. And then, I added way too much salt to this, guys, and I tried to play it off. So I'm going to flip the one that has a big clump of salt. And we're just going to make sure that the salt is, we spread that salt throughout the entire pot. Let that boil. And once that's boiled, we're going to transfer it to our baking sheet. And I like to add just a little bit of garlic salt on top because I'm going to be broiling it. I already boiled it. It's already a bit tender. So I'm going to put it in the oven to get it a bit crispy, especially the top. So I'm going to put that in for, I'm going to see, for the next 5 minutes on broil on high. So this is a finished look. We have our steak, we have our cauliflower mash, we have our broccoli, asparagus, the salmon. Both of those are going to be for lunch for Monday and Tuesday. And this was Monday, January 20th. I just wanted to show you guys my meal. I like to pair whatever I'm eating with like 3 cups of spinach and 3/4 of cheese. It's a closer look. It tasted really, really good. I wasn't a fan of the asparagus, I will be honest, but yeah. So thank you guys so much for so very much for watching my video, for taking the time to do so. But please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. I really do appreciate it. If you guys have any comments, please leave it below. And also it'd be really cool if maybe at the in the future we could share recipes and I could try different recipes based on what you guys say, and then try them and test them out on the channel. So that would be great. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, please remember to stay fit, stay healthy, and stay beautiful. Thank you guys. Bye.